again, with my 2-inch section, I'm going to go ahead and line up my lines. Make sure I have 2 inches. Make sure I'm straight on the bottom. And every 2 inches I'll make a mark. And again, these are just guides for when you're actually sewing. So, yeah. And this won't take very long at all. And again, if you're using the same color pencil as your fabric, the lines are going to be hard to see, so you might want to go ahead and use a different color of pencil. But this actually, for me, it's good because it's a similar color. It'll blend in once the product gets done. Let's say you don't wash it right away, you give it to the customer right away, well, it'll be less noticeable and when you give it to whoever you're giving it to. And they won't be sitting there saying, hey, why are there red marks on this blue bag? And you'll be like, yeah, sorry. Or why are there yellow marks on a black bag? Yeah, I know for black material, some people will use chalk. Chalk is pretty good, especially on dark material because it'll just brush right off. So that works out really well. And we've got 2 more marks to make. And then we have that 1/2 inch seam allowance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and find 1/2 inch here. Put my ruler down. 1/2 inch line all the way up. All the way down. Okay. Alright. So now I've got 10 sections of 2 inches wide. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this section only has the 1/2 inch seam allowance marks. It doesn't have anything else up here. But you have a 21 inch by 15 inch bag. And then you have your other section, which is your pocket, which is going to be roughly about 7 inches wide, roughly, and 41 inches long. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and start pinning my pocket onto my bag using my guidelines that I just made. Now remember, we have the 4 inch wide here and the 2 inch wide here. So I'll show you how that goes when we get started on that. Give me a second, let me get my pins. Alright, so now I'm going to line up my 1/2 inch seam allowance line here, and I'm going to pin that straight across. And when I started making these bags, I used to pin down at the bottom too. But now if your lines are pretty much just straight when you pin, you don't really have to worry so much about pinning the bottom. If you feel comfortable pinning the bottom, pin the bottom. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. When you get to the sewing machine, it's going to go ahead and line up anyways if you do it correctly. So, and I'll show you how we do that too.